going on? Shit. I think I may have posted an upcoming video last night. Shit. And forgot today. Well, it was after midnight. So it's probably posted for tomorrow, which it's actually supposed to be for today. So if you're confused, my bad. What's up, Twisted? How are you in blue today? Nick Ranger. Good day to you, sir. Bunny, what's up? Hello, hello, hello. Where's my thingy? Yeah, anyway, I posted an upcoming video for today, but I think I put the wrong date on it. It was after midnight. And if anybody's seen the post, Rob won't be on tonight. Said medical issues, so I have no clue what that's about. I don't think there was any further details. A bit of news. It's kind of what I'm going to do here, you know, news, shit, news about knives, news about everything. The community. If there's any postings that need to be made aware of, you can find it right here. Bob's Knife Cart. Still waiting for my machete. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah, my mail's way behind. We had them 2 storms and we're about 2 weeks behind, to be totally honest. I was supposed to be getting shit 3 weeks ago and this next now showing up. You know, it's funny, up north, they don't have any problem with that. They still walk. They still have walkers up there. Door to door. Yeah, it is fucked. Ain't a lot there. I ain't waiting for shit. I don't mind, you know, a little late, but weeks or no info at all, or the big red banner across the tracking thing due to weather. You know you're screwed right there when it has a red tag across the top of it. So due to dramatic weather, your package will be late. Maybe none at all. Anyway, I'm bitching about that. Sweet. I'll give it a minute or two before we get diving right in. Seen a post last night in a video, I think it was. One of the Devo knives. It's a pretty good size Devo knife too. Typical blade shape. But there was a bunch of them left, and the dude didn't know why. I should have wrote it down. But anyway, if you're looking for a Devo, check out this website, Devo, because obviously there's a bunch left of that model. I think it's one of the newer releases. Just couldn't remember the name of it. Still waiting for my ad, man. Yeah, right. Hell yeah. I've been waiting for that for a long time. You know, I signed up for that. Oh, geez. Is it still called the Reader Digest? Because that's when it first started. Back mid 80s, I'm thinking. Yeah, I used to get the cards in the mail. Old Egg McMahon on it. Publishers Clearinghouse. And that digest thing. My grandparents were famous for having them. They were a little book, little magazine. I think it came out weekly, if I'm not mistaken. But it had everything in it, from science to history to stories to all kinds of shit. You know, I heard something about that too. That they had his permission, but he never actually was in any of the actual videos or whatever. Who knows? Can't believe any damn thing these days. Now the big dispute is there's no way we could ever went to the moon because of this radiation belt all of a sudden they're telling us about, that I think it's 1,000 miles out. It starts and it's like 15,000 miles wide or some shit that encircles the earth. And if you were to fly through it with anything supposedly we have today, it would fry the electronics and probably kill the people in it from overexposure of radiation and all this shit. That's why all the satellites are where they are. They can't go any further. So who knows, man? Mr. Beecher, how are you today, sir? Welcome to my neighborhood. Won't you join us? Yeah, Commander in Chief of the Knife Cart. Freezing still. Yeah, I can imagine. Guess what, though, folks? 70 degrees tomorrow here in the Great South. 49 for the high today, though. Yep, I'm going outside. I gotta get some shit done. Like a lost civilization or something. Yeah, they've been talking, heaping that up too, a lot about Antarctica. First, it's all last couple of years has been pretty much about there's these aliens living there in this utopia kind of valley that's all green and 80 degrees and all this bullshit, and or underground, and supposedly aliens are underground there too. They didn't go from one point to the earth to the other through underground systems. Oh yeah, there's some really good ones out there. I like watching the Y-Files on YouTube because he debunks that shit or proves it could be plausible. Either way, he's not against it, but it makes a hell of a good story and he knows how to tell it. I'm sure most of you know who that guy is. Him and Hecklefish. For those of you who don't know, he's got a goldfish sits in a bowl next to him, gives him a bunch of shit during the show. Wish I had that kind of budget for production purposes. That'd be nuts. And windy, yeah, it's been windy as hell here for about 3 days. Ever since that cold front came down from Canada. There's where we should have built the wall. Yeah, they're all messed up right now too. Little touch of light note on that one. Alberta and I think Calgary. They're all trying to break off from Canada. One of them already said they want to join the States. I'm like, Jesus, here we go. New World Order coming. Reorganization of the West and East Hemisphere. Yeah, Wild Wild was badass. If any of you ain't seen something like that, I suggest checking him out. It's not boring at all. I think he used to be a DJ. He's been in the business, professional business, and most of his life. By the way, I think he started out as a radio DJ and then worked for a couple of the big ones and was a writer at one time. But yeah, you can tell a fucking story. So how's everything on the farm, Jason? Besides cold and windy, I'm sure. None worse being out in the pasture, man. Dead winter. Trying to hunt. God, man, I'm telling you. I remember them days. You better get your gear quick, otherwise you're gonna be part of the scenery. Be frozen stiff. -5 was as cold as I ever hunted in. They said it was -25 with the wind chill, but it was cold. And I did get it right off the bag, 30 minutes in. Harvested it down to the car. Started sucking on hard coffee, keep them warm. But I knew it wouldn't be long for the other three to be back. Yeah, they were back within 30 more minutes after I got there. They were just too cold. Yeah, I've seen that, buddy. Haven't spent too much time breaking ice. Yeah, that's true. Definitely got to be on that. Yeah, it's funny. Farming, it's not funny, but it's a 24 every minute job, man. Back in the summers, we used to work for farms now and then to get some beer money and shit. Yeah, it's funny you think about it. A totally different world we lived in back then. You wanted money, there was no problem trying to getting it. Yeah, you had to get dirty a little bit, but big deal, man. You were young, you could take it. Nowadays, everybody just takes the shit. It's mine. It's owed to me. Yeah, whatever. And by the way, I might as well start this one right now. Me and Barbara were on last night, and after we ended, we cleaned up and everything. We didn't watch a football game or nothing. And I sat down after we got done doing everything and I had to walk the store. So it was a while. And the first thing I see on my damn YouTube is this dude in a dress burning the American flag during the halftime ceremonies. Dudes. If 75% of football fans don't walk away, I will be greatly discouraged. And if I would have been the Patriots or even the other football team, as soon as I seen that, I'd have packed my shit up and rolled. If I was the owner of that fucking team, you damn right I would have. Oh, you want to burn American flag during American football? All right, man. We're out of here. I don't care. Burn the American flag. Shut up, Bob. Shut up. I'm getting tired. Real tired. Real tired of that bullshit. I don't give a fuck what anybody does in their life. It's their life. You want to jump off a bridge? Jump off a bridge. You want to blow your brains out with drugs? Hey, man, have at it. Don't shove it down my freaking neck. By the gods, man. I had to walk away. Yeah, they have YouTube channels that are just debunking Russians' histories and everything else. Yeah, you can't, most of the writers back in the old day, medieval days, after Jesus was whatever, most of them writers were paid or trying to gain favor of the leader or whatever at that time, or, their standing in the community. Mackenzie, what's going on, brother? So you don't know what to believe. It's like all the Egyptian writings and everything. There's 5 different books on how to interpret it, and only one they recognize. So who's right? Who's wrong? Anyway, I'm gonna keep these down to an hour since it's 3 times a week. Um, time is it now? Okay, quarter after. Yeah, we'll get into things. Other than burning the flag last night during a very sacred American football game to most, that's all I'll touch on here. Um, Russia yesterday went on live and said they're going to go ahead and take Europe. Interpret that any way you want to. That's pretty straight up. 117, 16 C-17s left this morning. That direction of any day. There's no turning back. Today, Iran put out a video. I don't know if any of you seen it. It's all over YouTube. About how they're going to blow up our ships and kill our people and this other kind of shit. So they ain't backing down. Israel's on high alert. All their planes are warmed, fired, ready to take off at any moment. So we'll see. Sit on the bench and watch. But yeah, Russia's, I don't know what the hell their problem is. Hell, they've lost half their shit. I don't know how the hell think they're going to take over NATO. I mean, there's guesstimations on how they're going to do it. They'll take the 2 Baltic states first, since they literally have jack shit anyway, which wouldn't take them a day to take, really. But will NATO do Article 5? That's the question. So that's that. Oh, and the Cuba thing heated up again. We literally have a blockade. Our ships have a blockade around Cuba, so they cannot get any oil, gas, nothing. Petroleum. Robert Jones, good day, sir. But yeah, so they're now trying to figure out, the government put out a statement yesterday that they're going to come up with a plan to deal with this. Of course, Russia's their buddies. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Just keep an eye. Putin has, I'll have to wait till that one pops up one. So I didn't catch it in the main one. I like Chinese military saber. Buying one. Yeah, they're cheap. That's something too. Oh yeah. Speaking of Chinese, that just came on right before I came on. Now, as I said the other day, Trump had a phone call with China last week. And according to Trump, everything's fine. They're buddies. Yeah, don't worry about nothing from China. We get everything under control. And then OG puts out today that he, within 5 years, is going to change from the American currency to the Chinese currency. And if he does that, markets around the world will crash, blah, 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 blah. And Bitcoin fell the other day. If anybody has Bitcoin, I'm sure you're aware of this. Yeah, investing's hard. Like we touched on last time. For a young person today to say, okay, I need this amount of money when I turn this amount of age at the value of today, you're going to screw yourself. Because by the time you get to 60, 70, 80 years old and do your retirement, however you plan to do it, that the value is dropped severely. So what you thought you could live on at 25, you ain't going to live on when you retire. So always plan for that big blunder, unless shit changes by then, and maybe you happen to fall on a cycle where the dollar's way up and everything's low and which you can't ever, wish and hope on that. But or who knows? They need to get rid of currency. I don't know how. I have plundered that dilemma for 40 years. What would be better, but yet where it wouldn't seem like it's a socialist or, whatever you want to call it, society to where you just get everything for free and you just work. I don't know. It's a complex situation that people have pondered for years. So what's everybody doing today? I know some of you probably at work. Most of you just chilling. Anything to report? Anything out there going on you want to say? Or everybody like me just waiting on the mail? Let's see here. Hey, yeah, maybe y'all can help me with this. Let me get them out here. They're patches, but I can't place what company or what knife. Maybe not at all. Maybe it's an anime thing. All right, Neil. Have a great day, man. I think they're kind of neat. And they also come with a matching sticker. That's what made me think knife. Anybody ever seen them before? I hate lag. Yeah, they are cool. Yeah, I don't know. I do remember something about them. I know they're a mask, and it's Chinese or Japanese style mask. If you look at it real close, it's kind of like their festival masks, or when they're on stage, like the old Samurai Day shit. And there's a blue one. There we go. Yeah, that's what I don't know. I guess I should probably get Barb to do what she's get that app where you take a picture or something. It tells you what the hell it is. Maybe I should just go that route. Yeah, I thought they were really neat. Got a bunch of them the other day. I'll show you guys. Joe sent them into the channel. Come on. There we go. Check these out. Pretty sure that's the Halo dude or one of the soldiers, but I don't understand the dot in the middle of the head. That one's kind of weird. This is cool. Oops. This one I think is real cool. Two knives, some kind of, I don't know. Hey, it looks like them guys back there. It's got the same teeth coming out the side of them. Huh. I'll set that over there. Anyways, this dude says, I have no idea what that says. This one's still in the package. I like patches. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with them. But I remember a long time ago when I started seeing all these things in this group that that's Godzilla. That's cool shit. I'm thinking it says the original name of Godzilla across the bottom or Godzilla. Little patch run through there. Jason, nope, haven't seen him. Oh, Ralph and everyone. Hey, Rachel, what's going on? I'm good, Rachel. I should be getting Cold Steel, Katana, or Coburn, Black Blade soon. Cool, sweet. Yeah, Godzilla. In the one movie, what was his name? Kujora or something like that when you spoke it in Japanese. It was really cool. Yeah, Godzilla been around before me, man. I think the first Godzilla movie was, I don't know. I think they had black and white ones. In Japanese, they came up with some crazy. They kept us entertained all through the 70s and into the early 80s. Because there was always a late night karate movie on, kung fu shit or samurai. Kung fu theater. There's some crazy shit on at night. Yeah, Kujora. Yeah. Thanks, Jim. Popping in with that bit of information. How you doing today, sir? Hope all is well. Chris Bill, what's going on, brother? Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with lurking, man. Nothing wrong with it at all. Yeah, we're going to be 70 here tomorrow. I'm going to get out and get some stuff done. I got a stock I got to build. A gentleman brought over a double barrel 12 gauge, turn of the century. It was either like 1895 to 1905. Because they didn't document it very well then, but that's when they were made. But yeah, the stock's dried, rotted, and he just wants a new stock put on it just to put on the wall because you don't want to shoot modern fire ammunition out of that. It's not Damascus barrels, but it's, you don't know if they're seamed or what. They did some pretty shitty shit back in the day, but they didn't have really high compression powder either, so you could get away with a lot. Speaking of pew pews, what's everybody's thought on a pistol? For price, but yet, because you guys have been using them more than I do. I use one through my whole life. But what would you say right now for price, top of the line right now? Potato and apple pancakes. Outstanding. Yeah, I got to eat after this. MKC shows similar patches. Okay, I'll check that out, Jason. Yeah, I haven't messed much. I shot one guy's SIG, no, Smith and Wesson, 40, but it was tricked out. It probably had $3,000 into it, but it was really accurate. Really, really, really accurate. I didn't have to try. We were knocking cans down without even missing them at 50 meters. Jim, I'll read your damn comment as soon as it moves up one, because the damn heart thing's always in the way. How do you get rid of that? There's got to be a way. Can't move it up either. I can move it down, but I can't move it up. There we go. Somebody say something so I can read the damn thing. Several folks around here have spoken highly of Turkish, I believe. Boy, I have no problem with some of the weapons that come out of the European sector. Back in the day, I've had several of those Russian 22s with a chrome line barrel. 6 twist at 24 inches. And them things knocked the eye out of a squirrel at 100 yards all day long. Or, you know, and you can get 300 easy with a good optic. But them things were deadly accurate. We've all messed, I'm sure, gun enthusiasts in here anyway, have messed with the SKSs and stuff like that. We ended up in the 80s with the Norinkos and the stamped ones, and the stamped ones were the first ones that come out. And they weren't holding together very well. Of course, then they updated the receivers and bolts and everything, and it was a long road, but yeah, that's a good company too. FN, yeah. CZ, yep. Oh yeah. Springfield Armory. Yeah, I like Springfield Armory. You know, I live like, this is sad to even say, like 20 minutes away from, what the hell they're called. They just opened up a new store here up our way out of Charlotte. They're out of South Carolina. Big company. It'll come to me in a minute. When I'm not thinking about it, it'll come to me. Ridge 4, Mark 4? Oh, Ruger, as I'm sure I meant to say Ruger 4 and Mark 4. Cool. Ditto that, Robert Jones. I would probably have USP. Side cut the optics, yeah. Yeah, HK, yeah. They come out with some badass assault weapons too back in the 80s, early 90s. I wish I'd have bought them Barretts, so man. Me and the old man had a gun license for up until 90, I want to say, when he finally let it go. Roughly in the 80s anyway. And they were selling Barretts for $2,000. It was 1,200 and something for the bolt action single. And then it kind of stepped up. But by the time you got to the 11 shot semi-automatic one, they were $2,500. I wish I'd have bought a case of them things. M1A, yep. Hey, Matt, what's going on, brother? On Wolf, all right. Or Timberwolf. I'll tell you what, one badass gun I used to hunt with. The old man bought it. He used it for a few years, but I took it out after that. After that, it just stayed in the case till he got rid of it. But was the Ruger Dragoon. I think it was a Ruger. Or was it a Colt? Anyway, 44 mag. Had 12-inch barrel. I think it was 5-shot, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure it was. But yeah, that thing was crazy. With the little scope it had on it, you T-shot 500 yards, no problem. Catch up here. Okay, back to the optics. Cool. Copy that, Matt. Why not just get a really early EDC for over 7 years? Yeah. I just want to see what everybody's popular choice was. That way, when I go looking, it refines it down to like looking through everything. Like I said, I have not used anything modern myself ever. Oh, except that one time. And that was like 7 years ago. We was all up at camp, which I need to go back there this year. I really do. Maybe this fall. We used to all get together and go up to Wilson's Creek up here in the mountains and camp out for like 3 days. There's a guy we know up there. His name's Bruce. He's got a campground, but it's not like what you're thinking campground. It's in this really deep holler in the middle of freaking Blue Ridge Mountains. It takes a while to get there by dirt road. It's like 8 mile long dirt road. You got to go down next to the Wilson Gorge. And then as you climb the mountain slowly through the gorge, you get to the very end of it where the big mountain is in front of you, which if you climb that right straight in front of you, takes you all the way to the top of Grandfather Mountain, which is almost 6,000 feet. But anyway, the road comes to a T. It splits off to the bottom of the big mountain. And right here's a general store. I mean, this general store is awesome. It looks like something back out of the 1800s type shit. Or even like the early 1900s with one little old gas pump with an old T-bucket car sitting out there or some shit. But anyway, behind it, there's like maybe 1.5 acres, 2 acres, maybe 2.5 acres. Now I'd say bigger than that, maybe 3, because you got that one little trout pond there too. And he's got one little cabin. I had a teepee, and this teepee was really cool because if anybody's ever been in a teepee, there's an optic illusion with a teepee. When you're standing outside, okay, you see this teepee. It can't be that big. You get inside, it like opens up into a house. It is a really weird optic illusion. But anyway, he had this teepee, and years ago, it started getting leaks. So they decided to stucco over it. And they put some kind of wood every now and then to hold shit together with some lath under it. It was really cool. And it's been there, 20 years before I got there. So it's been there 30 years. But they finally had to tear it down. It started rotting from underneath the decking that was built on, and they just couldn't save it. It was too heavy for anything they could try to boost it up with. But anyway, it's a really cool place. And it's right, you walk across the dirt road there, and when you're coming to it, and right there is Wilson Creek, and it's a big stream. I mean, it's one of the most popular streams here in the western North Carolina area. Great for trout fishing, gold, panning, just swimming. It's kayak in heaven. They got a bunch of waterfalls in it. I don't know quite how to class it, but they got some class 3s, if I remember right, and stuff like that, whatever, but for kayaking. Clint Crosby, what's going on, brother? I'm back up on chat here, Lidl. Make sure I get all your comments in. Caltech, yeah, I remember they've been around a while. I'll put up a picture one day. I got a bunch of pictures from that place. I'll post them on the channel. Yeah, there's a reason. Well, yeah. Corporate sales. Yeah, right. Hey, everybody's saying hi to Clint. All right, Jim. Have a great day, sir. And remember, Rob's not going on tonight due to medical emergency. That's what the post said. So no Rob tonight. Have a good day, Jim. Oops. There we go. Now I feel better. And what time is it? Oh, hell. Now, why is it when you shorten it up, it goes slow, but if you're just sitting there bullshitting, 2 hours goes by like nothing? That's weird. So we got through the news. We got through the patches. What else we got new today? You all were pretty much in Barbie's yesterday, so no reason to show you that. Putting stickers. I'm sending them stickers out tomorrow for those who ask. Oh, by the way, if anybody sees Someway today or tonight, tell him none of his emails are coming to Barbie. He wants to send his address to get some stickers. And he said he already sent one. We went and looked after the show last night. Couldn't find shit nowhere, not even in spam. And he said he was going to send it again after the show. And we still haven't got anything from him. But if you see it, just tell him his emails are not working for Barbie. If you would, please and thank you. Speaking of please and thank you, I was going to ask Jason. Hey, Jason, you ever watch Letterkenny? I might even ask you this before. Yeah, guys, they got new sets of radios coming out, 2026. I think we'll touch a little bit on that Wednesday. I'll get a little presentation going for what's new. I'm hearing there's a lot of new things in the work with the FCC. There's a bunch of movements out there like anywhere else, like just like the knife community trying to get knives legal in all states and blah, 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 blah. Well, these guys are the ones that take care of the airways, and they're saying bullshit on GMRS. It should not be licensed. It's just back in the day, CB was licensed. You had to get a license to have a CB up until 79, 80, still around there. And I think it's going to be the same way with GMRS. But they're going to put restrictions on it. I'm sure they're not going to be able to allow continuous repeaters and all that stuff because they just busted them guys not too long ago, made them take them down. And what that means is if I'm sitting here, and of course the Blue Ridge Mountains are right there, and there's a repeater on top of that mountain. Now, whoever's on the other side, probably up to 20 miles, I can talk to. And then another repeater would pick up from that point, and so on, and so on, and so on, until say you got to California. So literally you could talk to each other, no problem. But they didn't want that happening, so they made them take them down a couple of years ago. But now there's a big push to get the GMRS off the grid, just for general use. Never heard of them. Really? That's crazy being up where you're at. That's real nuts. And it's a Canadian show, and you know how Canadian shows are. It's about these guys, these young people that apparently there's something happened to their parents and they inherited the farm. But it's just their group of buddies and shit and the chaos that goes around a small town farm life. It's funny as hell. It's only on Hulu though. That's probably why. Hulu used to be free. Netflix, all that, when they first come out. Just had to watch commercials. And then they all started charging $1 or $2. And then if you want no commercials, it was $5. And now look at it. It's right back to the same old bullshit cable bills. Bomb Girls? Never heard of that one. What channel's that on? I like Canadian shows. I always have. Not too fond of the Trailer Park Boys, but and that gas station one they come up with, I didn't like that either. About how life revolves around a gas station in a comedic way. I wasn't into that one. Oh, really? Cool. That'd be something I'd be into. Especially anything to do with World War II. Hey, Miranda, what is going on? Maybe some of you guys just walked in. I'm trying to figure out brand or what anime or whatever these symbols are. They just cool patches or do they represent a company? That's what we're trying. And it came with an adjacent sticker. Each one, the orangish colored one, the green one. They look Japanese, but I don't know. I'm going to pick up that manual here in a couple weeks from Amazon. It's a Japanese on the ice style. What company is it though? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm thinking, it came from a knife guy. Although some of the patches that he sent don't really represent knives. I think this is some kind of anime, ain't it? And this one here, I'm no clue. It's just dude in a sombrero, skull. Definitely South American in origin. It's a warrior type mask. Yeah. Oh, they're neat. Yeah, Joe sent them in with a knife giveaway for one day and some other shit for Barbie, a couple patches for Barbie. Great gentleman he is. Anyway, touch on a knife sale. That sexy thing that BEDC come up with through Katoa, whatever you want to say. Still hot and selling. The one style is numbered, only 300 of them made. So if you're into that kind of thing, pick that. Go check them out. I think they're a little over 3 or a tad under somewhere. I haven't talked to him in a while. He's real busy with this thing. I'm sure he hasn't been posting any videos, just mainly shorts. So I'm sure he's like, doing his thing with the knife thing. I've seen several channels have it. But last time I talked to him, I said, what's the chances of getting one and agreed my card? And he said, if this run does well, they'll come out with another line with a cheaper version. I'd like to see some in carbon fiber, regular old carbon fiber. I'd keep the steel the same. I'd just throw some green in my card. Any color my card, but maybe even a D2. I don't know. I don't know if he'll want to do that. He, to budget. Not sure if he'd be into doing that or not, but I'd be happy to green my card all day long. Now, frag pattern on that would look good because of the style of the knife and everything, but a good, denim, OD green. My card would be real nice. Represents strength and ward of evil. Copy that. See, that's me all the way. I like when I get something and I don't know nothing about it. Time to deep dive, man. I mean, I am full of useless information. Trust me. It used to help me out a lot when we'd play trivia, but nobody plays that anymore. And now I can't remember half the shit anyway. I used to know. Hell, I picked a guitar up the other day for the first time in 3 years. I still do it a little bit, but man, the fingers need toned it up. It's one thing about if you ever want to think about playing guitar and you haven't, it takes a couple weeks for your fingers to get calloused up. So don't be discouraged. Keep doing it. And strings come in sizes. Excuse me. And if the strings are too thin for your fingers or too fat, there's always other alternates. I'm more of a guitar tech than a player. What? Yeah, I know. I screwed the first one up.
I know, I told everybody in that one.
Oh, they actually, well, get rid of it.
There's 3 of them.
Oh, you can't get rid of it. I have to get rid of it.
Scheduled for 2:10.
Yeah, well, that one's getting taken
for
down.
2:09.
Well, you remember when I
And
asked
then
you
you're
last?
on.
Remember when I asked you last night?
Yeah.
What the date was?
Yeah.
Well, when I finally posted, it was after midnight, so it took it to Tuesday.
Hey guys,
Barbie's here.
not in the chat because I got a really bad sinus headache and my eyes hurt when I look at the damn phone. But glad to see all of you.
That's what somebody else said, Jason.
Rachel, Jason, Kane, Matt.
Yeah, Gangster Naruto. Yeah, I should have known
Clint.
that.
Jim Cox.
My daughter's into that shit hard. I'll probably give it to her then.
Sis.
She's even got them tattoos.
Trying to see who I didn't say.
Yep.
K.O. Bunny.
Kane.
Who else is in there?
Change water. You can play
Chris Vale, what's up?
Copperhead Road.
But yeah, I've been laying on the couch. My head really hurts, guys.
Oh, can you play Copperhead? Give me 10 minutes.
Jason.
Yeah, probably.
I wish I could go party, Jason.
That's not a real thing. It's like 3 chords.
Oh, hey guys, whoever didn't see my Facebook page, my son had my his wife had my grandson today,
17.
and they
I'm counting.
and they had to life flight him to Tampa because he's got the same issue that my daughter's son has. Can't remember the name of it, but it's a bubble in the belly.
Oh, that happens all
And
the
he's
time.
probably
Yeah.
gonna maybe have to have surgery like my grandson Ashton did last year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we went through that one already once. It's a common thing. It's nothing to worry about. Of course, when you say that, that's when the doctors screw up.
Thanks, Rachel.
Could you do me? Never mind. I'm about done anyway.
His son just started guitar at Christmas.
Sweet. Yeah. If you're really into it,
Thanks,
don't
Kane.
the finger thing.
Jason, thank you.
Once you get past getting them calluses on your finger, it becomes a whole new ball game.
By the way, his name's Winston.
Yes, his name is Winston. We have no clue why. We were out of the loop on that one, but yeah. Thanks, Jason. I'll tell her. Jason said prayers. She said, thank you, sir. Yeah, she'll be fine. She'll worry, though. We'll be up for a while tonight until we hear what's going on. But like we said, we had that done. A couple of my grandkids had to have that done from even different sides of the family. So, yeah, we just found that out right before I went live. And I should have told y'all. I don't know why it's totally slipped my mind. Well, it's a good thing for Barbie to do anyway. I'm glad I fucked up because if I wouldn't, I probably got punched in the head. It's her story to tell, not mine. Don't ever overtalk a woman. It's a punch in your eye. I know I used to play guitar and banjo. Sweet. I picked up a banjo. I got the basic down. It pisses my brother off. Okay, here's a quick story. Me and my brother have always been butting heads since day one. And he's the younger of the siblings. I got 2 sisters before him, so he's the 4th down. And he picked up the guitar years after I did. And I was teaching him. He got the basics down, and then I went off somewhere on my journeys throughout the world. And I come back several years later and, teach him a little more or whatever. But he decided down here, he put a studio together, and he bought a nice drum set, all this shit. And if you know about rhythm's a big part of it. And if you know about rhythm, it's pretty simple. I mean, yeah, you got to get your legs and arms, okay. But I'm sure throughout your life, you've always sat there and tapped the music. At least people that are into music, really into it, you sat there and kept a beat. I jumped on his drum kit, started laying out, what was that one Zeppelin tune? Lonely Night, I think. Man, lonely, 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 lonely night. Time or whatever. Anyway, I started drumming to that. He's like, fuck you, get off my drums. He says, when did you learn? I said, dude, you listen to it enough, it's there. Pisses him off. He won't play guitar with me no more. He can't keep up. It's not that he can't keep up. He just, I don't know, he gets embarrassed or something. I don't know what his deal is. We've tried several times to get together and throw some tunes together. I got a bunch of shit written down for years. But who knows? Anyway, move on. Big rabbit holes. But guitars are fun. Yeah, I had him bring one over from the studio the other day. I got my little Marshall. Isn't it Marshall? No, hell no. Black Star. Which is basically Marshall, just the heavier version. It's made for heavier sounds. So you don't really get a super good clean, but you get really high gains and all that shit. And it's not a low tone. I've been seeing that a lot in practice amps. That you really get a low tone all the time. Not a real crisp, clean sound. And that's more what I like. I don't like too much noise in the background. And this is one of the practice amps I found that it's real super clean. America, yes, sir. Speaking of which, move this back just a wee. Hit that. There we are. Boy, dudes. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today. I'll keep an eye on everything. And if you happen to see a big red warning go across the post I put up, just a general post that says get out and fucking run. Take it any way you want it, but I'd get out and run. All right, guys, I'm gonna bail. Get something to eat. I got a lot of shit to do. I woke up late. So take care. Y'all have a great time. Maybe see you if there's something to report, something going on. I'll be on Wednesday. If not, I'll post it the night before. Hopefully not the day after again. But yeah, we'll see what we come up with Wednesday. If nothing's going on, and I'll probably lay out till Friday, like last week. I want to take up time. We're just going to sit here and just stare at each other. So have a good day. Carry on.